Order, 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 order in the court. What it do? Yeah, it's your brother man from the motherland coming to you guys live from the NY. Back with another one of that Samba conversation. For those that don't know who I am him, Honorable Jones, the NBIC, giving all praise and glory to the heavenlies, for they are worthy to be praised. Last but not least, I want to give a shout out to all you guys for your continuous support, leaving all the feedback, the positive, the negative, all things are respected and needed because it allows me to do what I do best, and that is to continue keeping my foot on you heathens, you Hebrews, and the newly installed Heathenites next. Round of applause for that. My apologies for my tardiness, my lateness. My son, he was eating, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, he liked to eat and watch his what they call is Tabith time. And I had to wait for him to finish eating. So in the meantime, while he was getting his grub on, I was getting my checks on, checking everything, making sure the audio and everything is right. You know, last week the devil intervened and, continued doing his foolishness. But, it is what it is, right? But overall, for me, man, it was a phenomenal week. Friday, yesterday, I had a minor scare. My son was admitted into the hospital. He was suffering from dehydration, not drinking enough fluids, not taking enough proper fluid, right? Not just drinking bottles of water, but taking water that has life in it, right? Like for example, coconut water, right? You want to get the water from the fruits and stuff. But he's good, you know what I'm saying? He gave him some IV or whatever and gave him some fuel and yeah, and also his diet is off as well. So the starting tomorrow, definitely gonna have to re-educate him, you know what I'm saying? Now he's 18, so he want to be a grown man, and you know what I'm saying? So it seems like I gotta regulate, I'm still gotta keep my foot on his neck, right? But other than that, man, phenomenal week. Can't complain. Looking forward for next week. Next week supposed to be in the 80s. You understand? And I hope you guys are tuning in and you know what I'm saying, enjoying this weather, man. Please enjoy it. If you black, you brown, go outside and hold it down. Let that sun touch your skin. This is how you mentally win, right? Let it touch your skin. Just do what it do, right? But we're gonna have a conversation today, man. The conversation that we're having today, yeah, I know you see the title, man, is the Bible. Yes, we're gonna talk about the Bible. Not the not like in depth as far as what was mentioned in the writings and the interjections and the plagiarism, or that for those that's been tuning in with me, man, you already know. For those that's been calling on the creators names, man, you already know. For those that just have a sound mind, right, and got the vision to see, you already know, right? So I'm not really going to dive into that. I want to dive into the name, the Bible. Now, before I get into today's conversation, let me just throw a disclaimer. I'm not trying to convert you into anything or question the creators. I'm not here to do that. My job and what I've been doing is to expose these heathens, these Hebrews, and these heathenites. See, for us, once you know that the story took place in Africa, once you know, and not even say the story, once you know that Africa or El Kebulan is the holies of holies, is the land of Abram, Isaac, Akobi, land of Noah, land of Shem, land of Adam. Once you know these things, right? Once you know this, your ideology and viewpoint shall always direct you back to that same place. We don't need to know about no European philosophy, no Greek philosophy, no Greek terminologies. We don't want none of that. It's not for us, okay? And we see what it has done to us, okay? We're literally running around like chickens with our head chopped off. So we can't just, you understand? We just can't. It's over for that, right? And me and my position and my awakening and the understanding. I don't want to say my understanding because this understanding is being given unto us by the heavenly ones, right? They're keeping their end of the covenant. It's time for us to keep our end, right? So with all this intel being displayed to us, right? It's very important to debunk the things that's still being used till this very day to keep us in a state of confusion, division, and spiritual prison. Okay. So my job as an awoken, as one of the enlightened, as one of the chosen, as the ones that sit before you every week, every Samba, every day from Sunday, from Monday to Friday, or sometime maybe Monday to Thursday. Doesn't the whatever I feel like, right? My job is to give you guys intel to help you prevail and get to the next phase in life, right? Because where we're heading, and I'm speaking as a whole, as a nation, my black and brown people, we are heading down a path of destruction. If not, the destruction has already started. But for those that's trying to keep their construction Tims on and construction hats on, their hazard hats, their hazard suits, those individuals are the ones that need even more protection, because while we're protecting ourselves, the devil himself is pouring even more, you know, debris to fall on us in hopes that we just fall off the cliff and just do what he said to our savior. Like, just jump off the cliff. You know, the angels got you. So this is what's going on. So when I bring forth this lesson, please, please, facts over feelings, right? We got no time for emotions. We are men. We are men leading men. I am a man. I am a warrior. I am a pillar of my village. My job is to make sure we overcome. Okay? Cool. So now that we got that out the way, let us dive in. Shall we? Cool. Now, as you can see, Repent or Die podcast presents Samba Conversation, the origin of the word Bible, and yes, the Baalat Gebal, okay? An in-depth understanding, okay? Let me see if I can control this with my key. Oh, I can't. Okay, so I gotta use my mouse. All right. So this is the introduction, people. This presentation explores the origins of the word Bible, the ancient Phoenician city of Byblos, and the significance of the goddess Baalat Gebal. Okay, make sure I'm saying it right, guys. We don't want to butcher anything today, people. They say they call it Baalat Gebal, but I rather call it Baalat Gebal. We will provide a comprehensive understanding of these interconnection historical and cultural elements. Excuse me. Okay? The origin of the word Bible. The word Bible is derived from Byblos, a Phoenician city known for its production and the exports of papyrus. The Greek word Babylon, which means book, originates from you seeing it? Byblos, reflecting the city's critical role in the history of the writing and documentation. Reflecting the city's critical role in the history of writing and documentation. Okay? Let that marinate. Matter of fact, let's highlight this whole thing. Why not? Okay? Byblos, one of the oldest continuously inhabited cities, played a significant role in ancient trade and culture. It was a major hub for the export of the cedar wood and the papyrus, and was known for its religious and archaeological marvels. Okay? But you see this right here? Cool. The cedar wood is said to be the wood used to make the ark. Let us continue. Byblos, a Phoenician city. Byblos, also known as Jebel in modern times, is a historically significant city located in Lebanon. It is situated along the country's picturesque Mediterranean coastline, approximately 40 kilometers, 25 miles north of the capital city, Beirut. Byblos is renowned for its rich archaeological heritage, capit- captivating history, and status as one of the oldest continuous inhabited cities in the world. Listen to what this says. Its strategic coastal location. Let me say that again. It's strategic. Okay? Coastal location, strategize, strategy, thought, put together. Coastal location has played a pivotal role in shaping its history, history, and cultural significance. Today, Byblos stands as the UNESCO World Heritage Site and a popular tourist destination, offering visitors a glimpse into a fascinating past of this ancient Phoenician city. Now, these things that you see that are highlighted in red is for you to do your homework. It's for you to pay attention. See, they like to tell on themselves, but you got to catch it. Strategic coastal location has played a pivotal role in shaping its history. Strategic, okay? Popular tourists. See, when you go into a tourist destination, they're teaching you. You're being retaught. So you're gonna take this tutorial and bring it to your circumference to your people around you, and you're going to think that these things are 100% facts. Strategic, okay? Played a pivotal role in shaping its history. His story. Let's continue. Let us continue. I know, people. It says Byblos, located in modern day Lebanon, is one of the oldest continuously inhabited cities in the world, with a history that stretches back over 7,000 years. Its origins can be traced to the Neolithic period around 5,000 BCE. Okay? When it was intentionally settled as a fishing and trading village. The ancient Phoenician city has a rich and storied history that includes periods of influence from various civilizations, making it a fascinating archaeological and historical treasure trove. Okay? Let's go. We're gonna get deep. We just getting started. Byblos first rose to prominence as one of the earliest city-states of ancient Phoenicia in the 3rd millennium BC. The Phoenicians were a Semitic-speaking people who established a network of maritime trading colonies across the Mediterranean, with Byblos as one of their most important ports. The city was a major center for the production and the export of the cedar wood, prize for shipbuilding, as well as the trade in papyrus, wine, and other luxury goods. In fact, the English word Bible is derived from the word Byblos, meaning papyrus, a reflection of the city role in the ancient papyrus trade. Byblos was also instrumental in the spreading of the Phoenician alphabets, one of the earliest phonetic writing systems and the ancestors of modern Greek and Latin alphabets, which also includes your English. The oldest known inscription in the Phoenician alphabet was found in the sarcophagus of King Ariam and Byblos, dated back to around 1000 BC. Okay? During the Old Kingdom period of ancient Egypt, okay, Byblos had a close trade relations with the Nile Valley and was an important source of precious Lebanese cedar wood for the construction of ships and monuments. The Pelamoon stone and the ancient Egyptian stele, let me make sure I'm saying it right, guys. Oh, so this is how they write stele. Egyptian stele recorded the arrival of 40 ships from Byblos, laden with timber during the reigns of the pharaoh. I can't say this name. Let me make sure I say it right. I don't want to butcher it. Seferu. Egyptian influence in Byblos reached its peak during the Middle Kingdom period, when the city was effectively an Egyptian colony. Several temples was built in the city dedicated to the Egyptian deities. Right? Several temples was built in the city dedicated to the Egyptian deities such as Hathor, Horus, and Isis. Numerous Egyptian-style artifacts have been caved in Byblos, including stone vessels, scribes, and figurines. Right? Cool. Pay attention. Yeah, I'm gonna give it to you. Hathor, Horus, and Isis equals Isis, Ra, and El. Let me show you. Roles and symbols. Hathor, right? See, I crossed out the HA, right? And El both embody parental, nutrition, nourishing, and life-giving aspects, with Hathor as a maternal figure and Al as a paternal figure. Okay? Cultural exchange. The historical interactions between Egypt and the Canaanite civilization might have led to the syncretism influencing how these deities were worshipped and understood. Scholarly perspectives. The identification of Hathor with El highlights the common theme of fraternity, protection, and divine authority present in both mythologically, right? Mythologically. Okay? Symbolic overlaps. Both deities' role in ensuring the well-being of their people and maintaining cosmic order, underscoring their fundamental similarities. Right? This is the one. But let's look at this. Right? Some suggest that Thor and El might share common origins in a Proto-Indo-European religion, reflecting a sharing mythological heritage. Okay? Both deities serve as protectors and authority figures, and their pantheons albeit in different ways. The studies of the similarities across mythologically can reveal underlying connections between seemingly disparate deities. Historical interactions between the cultures often led to the blend or the reinterpretation of gods and myth. See, they're gonna tell you. Okay, both serve as protectors and authority. Listen carefully. Horus and Ra are associated with the sun, right? Ra directly represents the sun, while Horus' right eye is the symbolic of the sun. Let's read. Horus is a sky god associated with kingship and war, while Ra is the sun god and the creator deity. Listen, solar connection. Both deities are linked to the sun. You got to read in between the lines. Okay? With Horus' right eye representing the sun and Ra embodying the sun itself. Okay? The fusion of Horus and Ra into the Ra Horacally highlights their shared attributes and importance. Shared attributes. Let me highlight this for you guys so when you want to future read it, you guys can get some food, right? And importance. Both gods are now it's a god. One is supposed to be the I'm not gonna continue. One both god integral to the concept of divine kingship in ancient Egypt, reinforcing the pharaoh's divine authority. Their combined efforts in myth underscores their complementary roles in maintaining cosmic order and life. See, they're not gonna tell you that these both are the same thing. They're not gonna tell you that. They're not gonna tell you Isis and they're not gonna tell you Ra and Horus is the same. Just like they're not gonna tell you El and Thor is not the same. They're gonna tell you that, but I'm giving it to you right here, right? Let's go to Isis. Is a key figure in Egypt mythology, known for her powers in magic, healing, fraternity, and motherhood. She is often depicted with an anak, a throne-shaped crown, cow's horns with a solar disc, and the sistrum, musical instrument, and the knock of Isis. Family, daughter of Geb, and Nut, sister and wife of Osiris, god of the afterlife. God of the ice afterlife. Damn, I guess that's why they like wearing black. I guess that's why they like the Star of David, right? Let us continue. Hey. Central to the story where the resurrect Osiris after he is murdered by the brother Set. Don't that sound like Yeah, I know. Using her magical abilities to resemble his body and conceive their son Horus. Protects her son Horus from Seth, ensuring his survival and eventual victory. Magic and healing, known as the Great Enchantress, to her powerful spells and rituals. Let me highlight this for you guys, because people's gonna say I be wilding when I say the things that I be saying. I know. Fraternity and motherhood, representing the ideal mother, wife, symbolizing fraternity. And let me move this up a little bit. Oh, move this up just a little bit, just in case there's more. Oh, there is more. Okay. Represent the ideal mother, wife, symbolizing fertility and nutrient aspects of life. Isis is a powerful and mollified deity. Okay. You see if I can get some more. Let's get some more. Oh, is a powerful and multifaceted deity embodying essential aspects of life, death, hey, and the afterlife, and played a central role in Egyptian religion and mythology. Okay, this is where like I tell you guys, man, it's a lot of things that you guys are not understanding. They took records, they took it from African people, created their own, and here we are today. Here we are today. I just want you guys to see this. But let us continue, please. Save all your questions for after. Save all your questions. Let's go back to the Phoenician city, Byblos. In the ninth century BC, the Assyrian Empire conquered much Phoenicia, including Byblos. The city was forced to pay tribute to the Assyrian king and provided them with timber and other resources. However, Byblos managed to maintain a degree of autonomy and prosperity as a vassal state. And 539 BC, Byblos fell to the Academonian. Let me make sure I'm saying this right. Hold on, people. Achaemenic Persian Empire, along with the rest of Phoenicia. Under the Persian rule, Byblos began to decline as the Phoenician city-state to lose their independence and maritime trade networks were disrupted. This marked the end of Byblos as a major Phoenician center. Okay, let us continue. In 333 BC, Byblos was conquered by Alexander the Fake and became part of the Hellenistic world. The city was rebuilt in the Greek style and renamed Byblos after its former Phoenician name of Gebal. During the Hellenistic period, the Byblos was an important center of worship for the cult of Adonis. Now, you guys take the time out and go look to see who Adonis is. Okay, a deity associated with the fertility and the resurrection. Let me go back just a bit. Okay, hold on. Look at this. Al highlights the common theme of fraternity, protection, and divine authority, both in both mythologically. Right now, look at this. This is Isis. Okay, fraternity and motherhood. Okay, I just want you guys to pay attention. I need you got to start putting the pieces together. You got to start putting them. It's scattered all across the world. See, we're not the only thing. We're not the only ones that's scattered. The truth is also scattered. And you got to put the pieces together. You guys are so focused on you, me, I. Yes, I'm No, everything. We got to uncover everything. Our culture has been hijacked, rewritten, repackaged, and given unto us by force. It wasn't given unto us by, hey, you want to go to the library? Yo, man, you see this book right here? Yeah, let's read that. Oh, no, it was by force because they knew what they was doing when they compiled that 1606 meeting, okay, was a very important meeting. And the man that you call King James, who you think is a black man, I'm still trying to figure out how did the black man realize to get a Caesar haircut. But y'all don't hear me though. Y'all don't hear me though. Y'all don't hear me though. Okay? Worship the cult of Adonis, a deity associated with the fertility, and the resurrection. The city hosted an annual festival in honor of Adonis that attracted pilgrims from across the Mediterranean. So when you celebrate Father's Day tomorrow, this is for him. When you celebrate Christmas in December, this is for him. Go look up into the Adonis story and you're going to see. In 64 BC, Byblos was annexed. Make sure I'm saying it right, people. Exactly. Annexed by the Roman Republic and became part of the province of Syria. The Romans built several monumental structures in the city, including a theater, let me say this right. Hold on. I'm about to bust your ass today. Niphium, right? Colonized streets and a temple to the imperial cult. You see this right here? The temple. This is the beginning of your churches. And I'm about to show you something right now. Byblos thrived as a commercial and cultural center under Roman rule, with a mixed populations of Phoenicians, Greek, and Romans. Are you guys ready? Don't worry. We're gonna dance today. Paul or Saul was a Phoenician, Greek, and Roman, by the way. Philippians 3 verse 5. Circumcised the 8th day of the stock of Isis Ra El. Isis Ra El. Okay? Isis Ra El. Hebrews are Hebrews. Ancient Phoenician Hebrew. Who used to tell you that? Hey, should I bang the gavel on these heathens? Huh? Who? Hey, who used to tell you that? Huh? All right? Stock of Israel, of the tribe of Benjamin, a Hebrews of Hebrews, as touching the law, a Pharisee. Now, before you guys get emotional, show me where did the Creator ordain scribes, Pharisees, Sadducees to be in those in any position, any title of that. Show me that in the Old Testament. But I'll wait for it. Now, what is Nifim? Let's look. Nifim, according to the dictionary and Wikipedia, a noun, a mythological spirit of nature, image as a beautiful maiden, inhabited rivers, wood, or other locations. The idyllic world of Niphims and shepherds. Ooh, whee! Huh? A beautiful young lady, an immature form of insect that does not change greatly as it grows. Dragonfly, mayfly, or the locust. Ooh. A artificial fly made to resemble the adequate nymphum of an insect used in fishing. Who they fishing? Who they fishing? Who they trying to get? And when they try to get you and to make you a part of their, don't they tell you gotta be in the spirit? I know, I know, I know, I know, I know, I know. A mainly brown butterfly that frequent woods and forest glades. Several genera in the subfamily Saturani family, the nympho, hold on, let me say this word. This joint is crazy. The nymphality, see also the wood and the nymphum. The nymphum, sometimes spelled the Nymphae, is a minor female nature deity in ancient Greek folklore. Distinct from other Greek goddess, nymphs are generally regarded as the personification of nature. They are typically tied to a specific place, landform, or tree, and are usually depicted as the maids because of their association with spring. They spring, Easter. Passover. The Wawak Kadash. Okay, let's go. They were often seen as having healing properties. Healing properties. Other divine powers of the Nymphs include divination and shape-shifting. Woo! The Nymphs, like other goddesses, were immortal aspects for the Hamadryas. I want you to see the word Hamadryas, whose live were bound to a specific tree. The tree of what? Could it be the tree of life? Could it be the tree of life? Could it be the forbidden tree? Could it possibly be? That's homework for you guys. Nymphs are divided into various broad subgroups based on their habits, the habitat, such as the melanin, the Maliali ash tree, the dryas, the oak tree, the aliside, the grove tree, the Nia or the hydrus spring. Okay, let me say this word right too. Hold on. The Nereids, the sea, the oceanid, the Oreid, the mountains, and the, let me say this one too. Oh, look, and all of them got links too, people. All of them got links too. I want to say this right because this one is also important. The apomelius, or the apple tree. See your iPhone, it's the bitten of the apple. Could it possibly be that this is the forbidden tree? Could this be the forbidden tree and the forbidden fruit? Hey, we don't know. We still learning over here. The repent or die, we working. You guys should be working. This is not for me to be, no, all of us got to put our hands to the plow and uncover and decipher and debunk all this wickedness that's being placed onto you, your loved ones, and your children. Don't you know the children are the future? Teach them well and let them lead the way. Okay? Other nymphs include the Hesperides, the evening, and the Hyades, the rain, and the Pleiades. Let's go. Let's continue. The Greek nymphs was also spirits invariably bound to places, not unlike the Latin genius locus. And sometimes this produce complicated myths like the cult of let me make sure I'm saying this right too. Let me make sure I'm saying this right. Arethusa to sickly in some of the works of the Greek educated Latin poets. The nymphs gradually absorbed into their ranks the indigenous Italian divinities of spring and stream. Okay, Now, when you look up, now let me go right here. When you look up to all these things, the oak trees, the grove trees, what do they all have in common? They produce fruits. What is this? Isn't this a spirit of nature? Don't worry. I'm gonna feed you this chicken. You're gonna eat this season. You're gonna eat this season. Uh, uh, um, Asparagus. You're gonna eat this today. Okay. While the lympha originally the lymphi Italian water goddess, owing to the accidental similarities of their names, could be identified with the Greek nymphi. The classical mythologicals of the Roman poets were unlikely to have affected the rites and the cults of individual nymphs ventured by countries, people in the spring and the cleefs of the Latum. Among the Roman literate, make sure I'm saying literate classes, make sure I'm saying it right. Literate classes, their sphere of influence was restricted and their appearance almost exclusively as the divine divinities of the watery element. Nymphs feature a classical work of art, literature, and mythological, okay? Mythical, mythologically. They often attends of goddesses and frequently occur in myths with love and the motive being the lover of heroes and other deities. Described in the promiscuous, nymphs can rarely be fully demonstrated. Let me say this right, people. Hold on, give me a second. Domesticated, excuse me, I'm missing these words, being often aggressive to their moral affairs. Since the Middle Ages, Memphis has been sometimes popularly associated or even confused with fairies. I know, I know. I guess that's what I guess that's why Paul wants us to be in the fruit of the spirit. But the fruits of the spirit is love. Where was I? I'm bad. The fruits of the spirit was where we at? Where we at? We're love, lovers, right? Full of love, goddess, right? Classical work, literature. When you read this person, all of this is what Paul is telling you to be it. Joy, peace, long suffering, gentleness, goodness, and faith. Why he tell you to have faith? Because to have faith is to believe something that was fake. But you guys don't hear me though. Let us continue, please. Byblos, okay? Now, the Arab conquest and crusade era. In 636 AD, Byblos was conquered by the Muslim Arabs under the Rashidun Caliphate. Let me make sure these people say this nigga name right. The Rashidun Caliphate. The city known as Jabal, in Arabic, became part of the Islamic world and gradually underwent Islamization. A mosque was built on the ruins of the old Roman temple and the Crusade era Church of St. John's. The Crusade, okay? The Crusade. See, the Crusaders also only means invaders. Okay, these people ain't crusade nothing. They invaded everywhere. Okay, Church of St. John's was converted into the mosque of the Sultan the Abid al Majud. During the crusade, the invade in the 12th century AD, the Byblos was part of the county of the the triple, a crusade, an invade state in the Levant. The crusade built a massive castle, on the ruins of the old Phoenician Acropolis, Acropolis, Acropolis to control the area in 1188. Byblos was captured by the, let me say these people's name right, and Ulubis Sultan Saldan. You see, I can't say these things. And the Crusaders, though, or the invaders, were expelled. The city they named under Mamaluk, the Maluk rule in the 13th century. So this right here, people, this is where now the Byblos was now getting ready to create what? The Quran. See, they're not gonna tell you this, but I'm gonna tell you this. You gotta, like I said, I highlight these things so you guys can pay attention, became part of the Islamic world, the Islamitation, right? The mosque was built. They got rid of the Roman stuff, get rid of that. And let's bring in this Islam. Now, like I said, Islam, just like Israel, you do your homework and you'll find out the origins of these names. Look up the origin of the name Islam. Just like you broke down Isis Ra, maybe I need to break down the Islam for you so you guys can get a true understanding. Okay? And the 15, now this is an area that's being conquered over and over and over and over and over again. Okay? Read when I finish this, then you go read the book of Daniels. In 1516, Byblos was incorporated into the Ottoman Empire along with the rest of the Levant. Under the Ottoman rule, the city regained some of its former prosperity as a regional center of trade and commerce. The old town was rebuilt and expanded with new sukkah, khans, and mazik added. After World War One, After World War I and the collapse of the Ottoman Empire, Byblos became part of the French Mandate of Lebanon in 1920. The French authorities developed the city as a tourist destination and began significant excavations of its ancient ruins in 1984. This is before I was even born. The ruins of the Byblos was inscribed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site in recognition of the city outstanding universal value as one of the oldest continuous inhabited town in the world and one of the most important sites of the ancient Near East. So in these times, see, 1984, 1920, World War One. This is when they was gonna start infusing this into the literatures, infusing this into the schools, infusing it. And by 1984, which I find it very, very, out of the coincidence that in 1984, right, the drugs, you get the drugs, you get you get the assassinations, you get these false religions that has overtaken our communities, where there's Islam, right? The Hebrew Isis Rael organizations started making their way. And in 1984 was the beginning of, now we got complete control. Now let's restructure their minds. Listen, I can go in depth. You understand? I could go in depth. But now that we got the Phoenician city out the way, ancient Phoenician Hebrew, ancient Phoenician writings, teachings, Byblos come from where? The ancient Phoenician city. In the land of Byblos, a powerful goddess reigned supreme, known as Baalat Gebal. She was the protector of this ancient city. Watchers watch over its people and safeguard its treasures. Her name, which literally means Lady of Byblos, signify, her close connection to the land she watched over. See, now this is before the book was created. Now, it started off with a female. Now they got it a man. Now the Greek said his father, Lord Adonis, was defeated by Zeus. Hey, look these things up. I'm giving you guys little gems. Look these things up. You think I'm lying, man? While her name was often assumed to be a, let me say this word right, because every time I was reading it earlier, I couldn't say it. Epithet. In the past, scholars now believe it to be her proper name. Baalat Gebal was a primary deity in the local pantheon of Byblos, and the kings of this city held her to high esteem. She was so important to them that they dedicated a temple to her, which stood for thousands of years, from the third millennium until the Roman period. Yeah. As a powerful and influential goddess, Baalat Gebal was worshipped not only by the people of Byblos, but also by the ancient Egyptians. She was identified with the Egyptian goddess Hathor. Remember, I just gave you that. Remember, I gave you that. Pay attention. Pay attention. Who was the goddess of love, beauty, and motherhood. The Egyptians believed that Baalat Gebal protected them during their travels, even had a temple dedicated to her in their own land. Later, the ancient Greeks also recognized the greatness. Listen, the Greeks also recognized the greatness of Baalat Gebal, and they identify her with their own goddess of love and beauty. Right? Right? Man, I had this name at the tip of my tongue. Aphrodite. Yeah, Aphrodite. Now, you guys know about Aphrodite. Some Greek writers also call her Dani, though the reason behind the choice remains unknown. See, they're not going to tell you why they did that. Shh. It's not for the niggas to know. I'm sorry. Wake up, people. It says, despite the changing times, Baalat Gebal remained a consistent presence in the lives of many people of Byblos, worshipped and revered for her powers and protection. She is mentioned in various literature texts, including the writings of the Filio of the Byblos, okay, the Bible, the Byblos, and the Lucian Dea Syria. Her influence spread beyond Byblos, becoming a source of inspiration for many who sought to emulate her strength, to emulate, copy her strength and protection. In conclusion, the Baalat Gebal was a powerful and influential goddess who played a significant role in the lives of people of Babylon. Her close connection to the ancient cities was evident in her name, which means Lady of Byblos. Lady of Byblos. She was worshipped by both the Egyptians and Greeks and remained a consistent presence in local pantheons and Byblos. Her temple, which stood for thousands of years, was a testament to her power and influence, and her legacy continues to inspire us today. A testament. Let's look. It has been suggested that a male deity with a similar name, the Lord of Byblos, also exists and can be identified with the figure of the Anaduma from the Amarna Aromania letters, but the proposal is not universally accepted. Sunini Nanini is not universally accepted. See, the names that they give you gotta go through their process. All of it, even the names in Africa, gotta go through the process. And they determine if it's acceptable or not. The mercenaries report back to the Pope, and the Pope refers and gives the okay to say, yes, they can call on that name. Why? Because it allows us to remain under their control. But you don't hear me though. Huh? The Aman suggests interpreting the Anadumia as a honorific title of Baalat Gebal herself, the living goddess. Evidence for the presumed identification of Baalat Gebal with Asherite is limited to three Isis Rael, okay, late on. Make sure I'm saying it right. We're gonna say everything right. On Providence inscriptions, and one which is bilingual. Asterisk occurs in Greek and Bala in Phoenician, which appears to indicate the former served as interpretio Garcia of the latter, while in the other two Asterite. Make sure I'm saying it right. The fire is boiling right now. Astarte is addressed as the goddess of Byblos, though with the title the RBTGBL rather than the, but I can't say these things, the Baalat Gebal. Look, even the correspondent spelling it out. BLTGBL, Filio Babylon. Phoenician history portrayed Asteroid as the Belatis, the Baalat Gebal as two separate goddesses portraying as sisters, and only the latter is linked to Byblos. But the Baalat Gebal has been variously identified as a local form of Asherah, arguing to be an appropriate uh, Tulare goddess for a port city due to being addressed as the Lady of Sea, and the Eurograt and the Anat, and especially common the Astery. Frank Moore Cross argues that Baalat might have been identical with the Quadush. Let me say it right for y'all. Hold on. The Kushu, who he identified as an alternative name of Asura. You see the Al, the Alat, according to him, using the Eurogrid and Egypt. However, Christine Zikuch described the Kushu as an Egyptian invention with no forerunners in ancient Near East. See, these are the people these are the ones that's always misdirected. They doing these things intentionally, right? The Cornelius also considered her to be separate deities and reject an association between Baalat and Azura, noting that a link to Azura is more plausible. Okay? It has been suggested that a male deity. Oh no. Let me delete that. Okay. In the Phoenician history of Filio of Byblos, Baalat Gebal is referred to as Dani, one of the goddess sent by the Kronos to defeat their brother Kronos. However, Kronos ended up marrying them and they gave birth to his children. I want you to go look up who Kronos is. Matter of fact, let me see if I could pull it up right here for you. Okay? The supreme god until dethroned by Zeus. Jesus, Zeus, Azus, Jesus. The youngest son of the Uranus, heaven, and Gaia, earth. Okay? Kronos overthrew and castrated his father and then married his sister Rhea because he was fated to be overcome by one of these male children. Kronos swallowed, super pause, all of them as soon as they were born. But when Zeus was born, Rhea deceived him and hid the baby away. Roman equivalent Saturn. Saturn. I know. However, Kronos ended up marrying them and giving birth to his children. The story is a mix of Phoenician and Greco-Roman elements, making it difficult to determine Baalat Gebal's role in Phoenician pantheon. Finally, Andalusian D. Syria Baalat referred to as the Babylonian Euphrates. No, and I said Arca or Afro. The P is silent. The Afro, Babylonian Aphrodite. Lucian stated that in the Roman times, right focus on Adonis took place in her temple, possibly indicating a connection to an undefined male deity associated with her. You see this? You see this male deity? See, this is what I'm trying to tell you. This is what I'm trying to tell you. These people have been trying to infuse us into Father. This is Greek. This is all Greek. Roman. Paul. Fruit of the Spirit. In conclusion, the Baalat Gebal remains a enigmatic figure in ancient mythology, with various texts reference her in different ways. However, her role as a goddess of healing and her importance in the religious practice of the Byblos reigns are clear. Baalat may have been hidden in the shadows of Phoenician pantheons, but her influence and legacy cannot be ignored. Know who you are worshiping and remember the Byblos was created to tell and teach their story, not yours. All praises be to the heavenly ones. I know. Any questions? Please leave all the questions. Any questions? I know. Let me see these questions. I know. Nah, I don't know why you block bound to, princess. Hey, these people are out here working hard. I don't know what's going on. They messing with the live. I bet. They messing with the live. Why? Cause we talking about the Byblos. Because the gavel is being. Let me bang the gavel on these heathens. Let me bang the gavel. Hold on.
You dumb?
No, that's not. Bang the gavel. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Bonzu Princess. Listen, I've been, how can you say this? I've been under attack for the last couple of weeks or so. Last week, my audio was messing up. This week, you're not able. And and shout out to my sister who I interviewed. Uh, the doctor said it out her. She said it for out her mouth herself. She said, "Listen, man, you know you doing something right when they don't want you to share that light. You hear me? And if I ain't doing it right, then I don't know what to tell you. But hey, you got a question. Now, the conclusion for me giving you guys this is to give you guys an understanding of how our books, how those scrolls was taken, rewritten, repackaged, redirected, relocated, everything. Yo, this was a well thought out sabotage, I might say orchestrated plot to destroy the children. When the word said the people will be destroyed for a lack of knowledge, the destruction happened when they gave us, when they repackaged the things that we already knew and was reteaching us. The Leopold let us say these things. The Willie Lynch let us say these things. And when I come on here and I'm fighting with brothers and sisters to see that, to see what these people are doing, to understand that the Byblos is not the end all be all. We cannot solely depend on what was written because of the high rise of savagery. These people sabotage these writings. And it's causing more division than ever before. That this book called the Byblos has divided people than anything on the face of this earth. The Byblos had divided people more than gangs, nationalities, or countries where brothers and sisters are claiming. The Byblos do. It did more damage. And now that we are waking up and the veils is coming off us, it's like we're so focused on just what the word says, because that's what I used to do. If it wasn't coming out of the word, I wasn't trying to hear none of that. But reading other books, speaking to people, knowing that, my bloodline, my DNA originates from the Holy Land. That the mixed multitudes are waking up. Knowing these things. Knowing about who Paul is. I've been telling you guys this. I've been saying this since 2024. I've been saying this, or should I say, I've been knowing about this since, I'll say, like 2018, 2019. And I just kept it to self because it was like, yo, you can't just bring this out to many people, because a lot of people hold on to the Paul writings. A lot of our people. So you can't just throw Paul under the bus. Can't just do it. So when I see people bring out certain things, and let me make this clear. There's a lot of things that Paul said, his writings was righteous. But the crowd or the people he was writing it to wasn't us. He tells you that in Romans 11. He is the Pharisees of the heathens. His writings was for the heathens. It was never for you. I try hard to give brothers and sisters that clear understanding, but at the same time, 400 years of misdirection, miseducated, improper fractions. 400 years, and I'm only saying that based on here in America. We're not even going to talk about how many years they've been doing this in Africa. Slavery, the Islamic slave trade was over 1,000 years. Matter of fact, it's not even over because it's still going on to this day. Here in New York, the mass majority of the people that's coming here from Africa are Islamic faith believers. The mass majority of them. And it's crazy. And they took down temples. They built up mosques. They took down our temple. They created churches. You see, you says the colonized cities. They was going into various locations and creating their own city. Intentional. And we're sitting here as individuals that's taking these blindfolds off. And we're taking it off, but yet we're under the foundation of religion, which is division, that is spiritual prison, that's leading us into a head-on collision. When the main objective is to do what? Is to build brothers and sisters up, grab them from that darkness, reprogram the minds. This is not about who knows what. I know more than you. You're teaching this. You should be. That's what the heathens want. We got to be in the space of, oh, damn, I didn't see that. Or word, that's what you got. This is what I got. How do we merge this together to rebuild this community of ours? How do we merge this intel together where we can protect these young women and these fatherless children, these widows and the fatherless? How do we do these things to protect them? Is that even something you want to even do? How do you protect that? This is the $1 million question, guys. I come on and I bang the gavel on these heathens. I say what I gotta say. I do what I gotta do. But at the end of the day, people, at the end of the day, the mission remains the same. And that's to get the whole hood into the kingdom. And when I say why, it's because we deserve it, because of things like this that people are dying today, never having the understanding about. Brothers is being locked up, thrown in jail, and through prison, being forced to be a part of only 2 options, 3 options. Either you're going to be an atheist, you're going to be a Christian, or you're going to be an Islamic. And they come out of jail and they stand on that and they preach it until further notice. Because I still know that the creators is going to wake up and call on those and grab those that need to be grabbed. It's not for me. I'm not in a position, but I can't put it in my mind that I can't save everybody. I got it in my mind that I'm going to try to save everybody. Try and can't is 2 different ideologies. See, when you can't, you only going to do what you feel like you want to do. When you try, you're going to try. And if that man rejects you, you're going to do what the creator said to do. You're going to dust your feet off and you're going to go on to the next. But as long as you know that you tried, And you don't even know, by your trying and you relaying and you dropping this seed upon the brother or sister, this individual can now take this intel. Whether it's today, tomorrow, next month, next year, take this intel and one day it's gonna trigger. And when it do trigger and they do start seeking, what are you going to present to them? You're gonna give them TD Jakes. You're gonna give them Geno Jenkins, and shout out to Geno. That's my right hand man's uncle. So it is not even a disrespect, but he's still teaching of Jesus and stuff like that. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna give them that. Or you're gonna be like the ISIS Ra illiterates and you're gonna just put a black face over it? Or you gonna do the necessary things of your creators, being in their likeness and their image, being the light of the world, and exposing the darkness wherever it is? Our people has been overtaken by these darkness. The dark forces has overtaken our people. And what are we doing to bring that light to them? Because I'll be honest, niggas ain't trying to hear that. We ain't trying to hear that. Niggas want action. My sister that I interviewed is about action. 5 schools, educating these children. Sometimes it's bigger than giving the word. Because I don't have to, why do I have to teach you and tell you about the word when I could just show you by being an example of the word? Being a righteous example of the word. Certain things don't need to be said. Certain conversations don't need to be said. The stance that we're standing on is showing you us and showing the world where we stand when it's pertaining to our culture, when it's pertaining to our loved ones, when it's pertaining to the creators, when it's pertaining on standing on righteousness. You heard the saying, standing on business? No, throw that business out the window. Stand on righteousness. These are the only things that's going to help us moving forward get to the next phase. So you got to make a decision. Do we stay stuck? Do we stay here? Or do we say, nah, bro, we got to do better? Nah, sis, we got to do better. Nah. Where's the nahs? There's no nahs. We got to do better. Everything is, yo, man, phenomenal lesson. I appreciate it. Yo, I don't put these things together for you to just be like, thank you. And then go right back into the aspect of what this world has told us to be. Okay, yeah, you got fed some food. Now go to sleep. Then wake up and be distracted again. Wake up and, go do et cetera, et cetera. Nah, this is for you to, damn, I got to look into that. Hold on, I got to find that. Hold on, I got to do this. Hold on. Wait, what? And then finding it is not just finding it and applying it, but it's finding it, exposing it, and then doing the necessary things to heal from it. We got to heal ourselves. We are hurting. We are crying. We are angry inside. We bitter inside. We are emotionally what's that word? Unstable. We just all jacked up all over the place, bro. And a lot of it, yes, it comes from the PTSS, post-traumatic slave syndrome. It comes from that. We get it. We trying to find ourselves knowing that we are soulful people. We got a soul. battling these spirits that's coming with these religions, that's coming within the book, the Byblos. They're infusing these things to have us in that state of mind, to keep us in a state of mind. Because when you are under a spirit, you are dependent. You have become dependent. How can you be of the creators when the creator already put themselves inside of you, put that soul in you? The spirits is of the fallen. Is of the fallen. That's why the spirits got no access into the realm. Don't fear the man that can take your life. Fear the man that can take your life and judge it, that soul of yours. Because the soul is what's connected to the creators. Tell them miss you with all this spirit stuff, because these are the things that they're putting in the word to get us confused. Just like they put the word bless in it. Now brothers and sisters is waking up to bless. Damn. That means bless, you know, bless means submersion of blood, right? I'm gonna do a Samba, and this conversation is gonna be a short one. I know, because it's just not. There's only so much you can say at this point. Just like we finding out about baptism, the submersion in water is a Luciferian ritual, man. It's a 33-degree Mason ritual. You can look these things up. Yes, they put it in the word because remember, they wanted Jesus to be the, when you listen, I'm about to give you guys some Freemason understanding. When you join Freemason, you have to embrace the Jesus story. Remember, Jesus died at the age of 33. Okay? He was submerged into the water. That's a ritual. Why Moses wasn't submerged in the water? Why Abram wasn't submerged in the water? Come on, people, make it make sense. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Why Enoch? Wake up. You're sleeping. Wake up. And why every church that you participate in requires you to submerge in the water? Why can I not just come in there and just be amongst like-minded individuals loving? No, no, no. You got to be submerged. I was told verbatim, if I'm lying, I'm flying. In order for me to participate in Passover or the Feast of Tabernacles or anything, I had to be submerged in water. This is facts. This is I'm not lying to you guys. I'm telling you guys the facts. This is what we was told. This is what I was told. I mean, I say we, because I can't speak for everybody. I'm speaking for myself. This is what I was told. These are the issues and the concerns that we as individuals need to address. Because it's leading us a path of no return. We're not turning away. We're really not turning away from our wicked ways. We really not. You think you are, but you really not. Because I showed you in the word. I showed you in the presentation how the Romans was bringing forth the Hellenistic. What does hell has to associate with us? What does it? Somewhere down the line, we have to say to ourselves, well, I'll be damned. See, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. I don't live my life as a shameful person. I own up to everything that I do. I take on any consequences because that's just part of life, bro. It's like we're so focused because of religion. We're so focused of failure. We so focused of falling. Knowing that every time you open your eyes and you breathe air, that's another opportunity to get right. But we let our mistakes determine who we are and who we are going to be. And these are the things that we as individuals need to overcome. If we don't overcome this, then we're going to forever be in a state of entitlement. And through entitlement, this is why we are in the state of waiting for Sunini to come and save us. Oh, look at what Sunini is doing. Oh, he is marvelous. He's marvel. Yes, but what about us? What are we doing as the light image on this earth? Are we shedding that light? Are we operating in that light? Are we moving in unity and decency and order? Are we? Are we? We should be, if listen, look, if I'm coming to sit down and break bread with you, my breaking of bread, I don't care about no feast, bro. These feasts is not, listen, first of all, the feast is not even in the Holy Land. I don't care about these feasts. What I care about is when we gathering, we are building to the point where, yo, I got 300 for you. I got 300 put aside. I got 400. I got 1,000. I got this. I got that. Cool. Let's put this money up. Let's put a goal. Let's reach this goal. Let somebody, let a warrior, let a brother, let go to that land and let us figure out how can we buy this? How can we buy? And even if you feel uncomfortable, to invest money to the Holy Land, because we know there's a lot of scammetry going on over there. And I get it and I respect it. I feel the same way to a degree, right? And even if you know these things are going on, then where we rest our heads, we should at least be trying to rebuild in a community. Yo, you got to get this acre of land over here. Cool. 10 of us, all of us got credits over 600. 10 of us, everybody is putting $1,000. 10 of us, just 10, 20, 1,000. You know what I'm saying? 50 of us, 50 people put $1,000. You do the math. That's 50 grand. We get 100 people to put up $1,000. That's 100K. And we not taking this money to go to go to go on resorts and stuff like that. No, every single person is gonna have access to this money. When I say access, eyes on, can observe it, can see. Every single person. But every single person must know that what's being done is being done for the children of Al-Kobi, for the Al-Kabulan scattered or the four across the world. And through that, we're building and we're restoring. Yo, I'm buying this. Yo, I'm thinking about buying this building. All right, cool. Have shorty, have sisters who's struggling, have a place to rest their head. Single mothers, family members, loved ones. These are the things that we must do in order for the creators to look and say, that's what I'm talking about. Now let's really enhance this. Where the heathens is gonna be begging, like, look, here, please pardon, forgive me. Look, I brought them back. Mercy. And I'm saying these things, and I know sometimes it's far-fetched because a lot of you guys are still under the aspect and the belief in the foundation of religion, which is division, which is spiritual prison, head-on collision. Don't take this repent or die, the word repent, as some religious group. When I started it, that was the aspect. I thought I was, ISIS, Rael. I thought I was one of that. I ain't that no more, bro. I ain't that no more. I'm a child. I'm a creation of the creators. And I know their names. I know their name. And I don't hold one higher than the other. Let them tell me who's higher and who's the other. I'm not doing none of that. Why? Why? Because the last time I checked, I don't know when did a child know that mommy and daddy, which one was higher? That wasn't our position to know. Our position was to be respectful and love and care and be obedient. That's where people is misconception is not understanding that the main objective, whether you agree or disagree, whether you say what I'm saying is untrue, on this, on that, the objection is to be obedient and using common sense. Let me pull this up. Let me see, because let me pull this up. This is the original writings before the numerous amount of change. You see the Ni. Okay, this is before the changes. I can show you right now how these people has changed these things 50 trillion times. Every day the Bible on the internet has an update. Every day. But little things like this, you got to keep in your archive. So if you know that if it's Ni, we know that that's the creator's name. We know that that's the name. We know that that's the name. So why is it Su, Ni, then Na, Ni? Just a hypothetical question. If we know Ni is the name, then why is Su, Ni, then N, Na, Ni? Just a hypothetical question. Just a hypothetical question. I really want you guys to just grasp and ask yourself that question. If we know the name is Nini, then why is it Su, Sonini, and Na, Nani, if we know Nini is the name? I'm gonna keep saying this until the end of my existence, until the account is deactivated, until the creators call me home. Even when I get called home, I'm gonna stand on that. Why? Why? Something is not making sense now. Is it a possibility that Ni, that's Su, Ni, and Na, Ni are two so-called deities sitting on the throne watching over you? And then when you call on a name, you gotta mention both of them. See, when I see, let me pull this up. Hold on. Pull this up. Pull this up. Pull this up. Cause I don't think these guys be hearing me. Let me pull this up. Now, they're referred to as a number, right? Cool. Hold on. You know what? Use this. Oh, they won't let me go down. Let me go on Google Translate. They're doing too much. Okay. Okay. This is in the Zulu language. They refer to it as sin. Okay. Do you see what Sunini Nanini from Zulu means in English? Do you see what the name Sunini Nanini means in English? Now look, always sin from English to Zulu. Do you understand? Do you understand? Well, from English, Sunini Nanini to Zulu is just Sunini Nanini. Flip it around. When are we gonna wake up? When are we going to wake up? When are we going to wake up? And I'm not here trying to be nobody's top scholar because I'm still a child. I'm still learning. But the reason why the creators is rocking with me, and I tell you guys this all the time, the reason why the creators rocking with me because they know deep down in my heart that I really want the truth. And I don't want it through religion. I don't want it through Greek philosophy. I don't want no mythical understanding. I don't want that. I reject it because I know what this mythological, psychological, mystical teachings, this Greek philosophy, I know what it has done to my people. I know what it has done to my people. I know what it has done to my loved ones. I see what Jesus is doing to the black community. I see what the foundation of religion itself is doing to the black community. I see it. I still see my brothers is walking around with crosses on their neck. There's women right now with crosses on their neck committing adultery right now and justifying it and say, I believe in Jesus. Don't you judge me. There's somebody with a cross of Jesus piece around their neck right now, strapped up, wishing somebody was so you could take a life right now as we speak. There's somebody with a Jesus piece right now eating the fowl right now as we speak. And if I know that and you know that, and I know what this so-called religious foundation is doing, how can I now be in this space that I'm in and still carry the foundation and principles that came along with religion? Who's teaching us division? Who's teaching us this? When the word says be thee holy, it means being righteous. They changed the word holy to bless or faith. They changed it. To be holy is to be righteous. It's not just being separate, it's being righteous. But when you hear the word holy, you associate it with some level of religion. And you know why a lot of you guys is run away from religion? Because religion has too many holes in it. It's too many holes. And brothers and sisters is getting tired of always having to fill in that hole. Pause. Because when you fill this part, then another part opens up. Then another part opens up. I thought once I got the name Sunini Nanini, everything was gonna be good, man. Everything's gonna be right. No. Then you realize, damn, this joint is deeper than I thought it was. Damn, Mama Love, what else are they? What else are they hijacking, or they hiding, or they plagiarizing, or they bringing forth? What else? What else are they bringing to us that's lies, bro? And then by the time you finish, I kid you not, you get exhausted, overwhelmed, you get worn out, you get tired, you get frustrated, and then you get angry. And then you get all of that and you put it all together, then you get me. Then that all of that creates a hunger, a determination to rebuild a nation by any means necessary. And if I gotta speak to a sister who believes in Greek and Egyptian astrology or whatever, so be it. Because a wise man should be a student of all things. I need to know it all. And I allow Mama Love to cook that food right so I can get a good meal, so I can sleep good at night. And that's what we need to be doing. So moving forward, guys, when I give you guys these so-called these summer conversations, this is exactly what we having. We having conversation, and through this conversation, I need you to be investigating, to find certain things that I've missed, So you can bring it to the table. So you can email me. So you can say, yo, bro, I would like to come on the show and talk. So we can reason. Listen, I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna gracefully bow out. When you read the word and it says the jasper and the sardine stone, it said the creators was looking like the jasper and the sardine stone. You guys don't even understand what was being said behind that precept right there. The jasper and the sardine stone was you being told that what John seen was Shem and Japheth. The J and the S. Japheth, sardine. Shem, Japheth. Or is it Japhet and Shem? That's what John saw. That's who we are. The covenant is for the children of Noah. Let me take that back. The covenant is for the creators, the ones that was created by the creators. The covenant is for you. Claim back what's yours. Dethrone this religion. Bang the gavel on these heathens, Hebrews. Keep your foot on these heathens, Hebrews, and continue. And I say it once, and I'm going to say it again. Continue calling on the heavenly ones. Sunini, Nanini. And if it's your first time, I hope it's not your last time. And if it's your second, third, fourth, fifth time, that means I'm still on your mind. Get on that Sunini Nanini's grind and get ready to claim back yours. Take back what's mine. It's your brother, man, from the motherland. Came to you guys live. If you don't know who I am him, Mr. NBIC, aka Mr. Keep My Foot on you heathens, you Hebrews, in the newly installed Heathenites next. Are you dumb or are you dumb? Let the creator say one time for the one time. And I'ma holler at y'all. One. I can't, they're not letting me log off now.